Hey guys, what's up? It's River, and today we're doing a comparison video between the Canon T7i and the Canon SL2. And I really want to do this comparison because usually when you do a comparison video, the winner is pretty obvious right from the beginning. But this video is really interesting to me because the winner in this video isn't as obvious. So let's do an in-depth comparison between these two cameras and see which one is right for you and what it can do for you. Let's get into it. Also, just to let you guys know, there's a link in the description below with the best pricing on these cameras. I buy almost everything in my life from Amazon, and the kind of camera packages and the camera bundles you can get on Amazon, you simply cannot get at Best Buy or your local camera store, so I highly recommend that. The T7i is only about $200 more expensive than the SL2, but at first glance you realize that these cameras are very, very similar. They have the same sensor, the same processor, which means the images coming out of these cameras are pretty much the same, and you would be hard pressed to find a difference. Similar ISO ranges, both have NFC and Wi-Fi, they both have articulating touchscreens with touch autofocus, they both have dual pixel autofocus, and you realize that these cameras are actually very, very similar. So what is the real difference? Well, the T7i has a few key things under the hood that makes it a way better camera, but only if you use those features. 49 autofocus points, while the SL2 only has 9. That's 40 more autofocus points. And what does that really mean? It means that if you're shooting in challenging environments like event photography, weddings, parties, or just places where you're just running and gunning and you really gotta catch stuff quickly, like sports photography, yeah, you're gonna need those extra points because the SL2, while great autofocusing system, it has dual pixel, but that's mainly for video. When it comes to photo, the T7i really shines. It's gonna have a much easier time getting autofocus. It's gonna have a much easier time following and keeping up with you. I would really say the SL2 is a mom and pop camera, or kind of a vacation, a hobbyist camera, or the T7i is really aimed at people who are looking to do serious photography. It's a serious camera. Side note, the T7i shoots photos at 6 frames per second and the SL2 does 5 frames per second. I don't really feel like it's worth the extra $200 to get 1 extra frame per second, but the T7i has those extra focus points, which will give you that much more confidence, which will give you that much sharper focus in challenging focusing and run and gun environments. I really do believe those $200 are worth it if you're serious about photography. For video, you're not going to notice it. You'll be fine. Which kind of brings me to my main point. When it comes to video, these cameras are very comparable. Face tracking, vlogging, you will totally be fine. You would be hard pressed to really feel a difference. But if you're doing photo, T7i, without a doubt, if you're a serious photographer that's looking to do challenging environments like soccer games, sports stuff, events, parties, whatever have you, where you gotta be all over the place, definitely T7i. Even if you're shooting models and you're just doing movement with your models, definitely T7i. Those 49 points of autofocus will save you. The SL2, you could still do portrait stuff and slow moving stuff, but I just don't really feel like I would trust those 9 points of autofocus. When it really comes to those challenging environments, I'd be geez, I kind of wish I had that T7i, so I know whatever I'm getting is going to be sharp. And also, the T7i has a much better raw buffer than the SL2, which in simpler terms is that if you're doing fast-paced photography and you take a bunch of photos, your camera's going to be able to let you shoot and get back to making work faster than the SL2, and especially in sports stuff and event stuff, where you just take a bunch of photos and then you're looking down at your camera, there's stuff happening in front of your camera, and you're damn it, I'm waiting for my camera. That is just unacceptable, especially for professional work. T7i definitely for professional work. But if you're someone like me that does mainly video, you will not notice a difference when it comes to video. You would be hard pressed to really find a difference between these cameras. What you'll see here is that the T7i really shines when it comes to photo work, but when it comes to video, the two cameras are pretty much the same thing. Tiny thing that does make the SL2 better with the video is that it's lighter. So if you're vlogging and you're holding up this camera in front of your face all day, you will thank yourself for just that little bit of weight that you don't have to carry around. And over the course of a month, a year, yeah, you'll definitely feel it. So if you're doing vlogging stuff, the SL2 is a much better choice. So what is the final verdict? I was really surprised because when I started this comparison video, I was wait, these are the same camera. What was the difference between them again? And then I realized that the T7i is actually a much better photo camera. If you're doing video, I think you can't go wrong with either camera. And I would actually just say go with the SL2 if you're really just about the video, because you'll save that money and you could put that money towards a better lens, a gimbal, what have you. But if you're someone that's mainly into it for the photos, the T7i is a no-brainer. Even if you're limited on budget, I would recommend that you push yourself just a little bit on your budget and get the T7i, because those autofocus points will definitely make a difference if you're doing a lot of motion photography. If you're doing things, people just sitting in front of your camera, not moving, okay, yeah, you're not going to see a difference. But if you're someone that does a lot of motion photography and you're looking to push yourself as a photographer and you're going to be doing challenging shooting environments, definitely T7i. Hey guys, thanks again for checking out the video. Be sure to like and subscribe for future content. If you have any questions whatsoever about this camera or filmmaking in general, hit me down in the comments below and I'll be sure to get back to every single one of you. And once again, there's a link in the description down below for the best pricing on these cameras. I get all my stuff off Amazon, and the kind of camera bundles and camera packages you can get on Amazon, you simply cannot get in other places. Until next time, guys.